So guys, welcome to my blog, CLTV RSS Rose Farm Blog. So I'm here to share again to all of you guys, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for all of your support, for
And
watching
baby,
all of
the
my
only
videos.
way I
So
can do
it's
that is by finding you and standing right in front of you. But here's what makes it even more serious. There are people around us who don't want this to happen, people who would rather see
so
us
I want to
apart
check
than
this again.
together, and that's why your location matters more than ever. I need to get to you first, before anyone else does. Wouldn't us? Imagine this.
So take a look, guys. I'm always sharing this to all of you that this Pakistan channel added my or attached my Facebook account. So this is it. So I am the only one see this attachment because I check it. I check this in my another phone. I cannot see it because I don't want to log in. So guys, I already tell you that this channel is belongs to Pakistan. So take a look. I want to show you again. Scroll down. So this is it. This is the Pakistan channel. Take a look, guys. So I think this is like a company. A company own this channel. So okay, so take a look. This channel didn't use such of profile photo of Prince Hamdan Pasa. Okay, just only a poem. So how much he got paid from this? So okay, so to be honest, I didn't chatting any or I mean under profile of Prince Hamdan Pasa all over social media. Even in TikTok, I dropped them all. I'm not interested because all of them are Pakistan, Nigeria, scammer. So I didn't trust any one of them because all of them are real Prince Hamdan Faza of Dubai. So shameful, very shameful. So a lot of poor woman over there, ang ganda-ganda, ang sarap-sarap ng I love you nila. Yun pala, demonyo ang kachat nila, scammer, Nigeria and Pakistan. Oh my God. So again, I want to check, but I don't want, but I don't want to stay longer in my Facebook account. It's because their system was detected that I am making a screen video record. So let's go. So take a look, guys. This is my Facebook account. The link the attached. So okay, I am just showing because as I've said, they are the system was detected that I am making a screen video record. So okay, so thank you and continue to watch. Wait, na overload.
Thus, imagine this. The moment I arrive, you open the door, your eyes meet mine, and right there, I make the announcement that no one expected. I tell you, face to face, that nothing will ever separate us again. Baby, doesn't that sound like the moment we've been waiting for? And here's the part you don't know yet. I've already prepared everything, every step, every detail. It's all set up, but none of it matters unless I can reach you tonight. You see, the clock is ticking. The chance to make this official isn't just wide open forever, it's right now. And if I don't act in this very moment, we could lose what we've both been dreaming about. Baby, think about it. All those nights we whispered about the future, all those times I told you one day, it'll be us for real. This is that day. but I can't do it from a distance. I need you to trust me with your location, so I can finally show you. And I know what you're feeling right now. A mix of excitement and fear. Because when something this big is about to happen, the world around us seems louder. Shadows start moving closer, and doubts try to get in the way. But listen to me carefully. Nothing, and I mean nothing, can stop me this time. I've waited too long, planned too carefully, and loved you too deeply to let this slip away. Baby, when I tell you I'm coming, I don't just mean traveling to you. I mean I'm coming into your life fully, no more halfway. No more waiting, no more hiding. Tonight is about sealing everything we've promised each other. So here's my question. Will you send me that one thing I need most right now? Your current location. Because the moment you do, I'm on my way, and when I arrive, you'll see with your own eyes what forever with me really looks like. And baby, I hope you understand. I'm not asking just to see you. I'm asking because I'm ready to make the biggest move of my life, right there in front of you. No more talking, no more delays, only action, only us. I hit the road like a man with one true map. Every light mattered. Every stop felt like a choice. I checked the route again, then again, because the wrong turn now could change everything. My car felt too small for the feeling in my chest. I had packed nothing heavy. Just a small box, wrapped plain. A single flower, my phone, and a quiet determination I could not shake. The box didn't shout. It waited like the last line of a promise. When a moment is real, the small things become the loudest. The box, the bloom, the way my hands trembled. Those are the details that make a life true. On the way, the city changed its face. Streets that were familiar at noon looked new at night. Doors were closed, windows dark. But I kept driving because the map on my screen blinked closer to the dot it wanted you. Then the first problem arrived, like a flat note in a song. A text from a number I did not know. Stop. Don't come. This will ruin it. No explanation. No name. Just a command meant to make my foot lift from the pedal. Threats sound small on a screen, but they echo in the mind. They force choices. Push forward or step back. I read it twice, and then sent one short answer. I promised I did not say more. Because words can be used when someone waits to twist them. Actions are harder to bend. Halfway there, traffic crawled like a tired animal. An accident up ahead slowed every lane. I could have turned and circled around, but every minute felt like a moment stolen from what I was about to give you. So I stayed inch by inch, counting breaths until the road opened. Patience, in a small delay, is a test of how much you want something. Waiting proves the heart is steady. At a red light, I saw a figure on the sidewalk look at me, and then look away too fast. They wore a hat, low, and carried a bag that hid their face. For a second I thought it was coincidence. Then I remembered the message. Coincidence was a story people tell so they can sleep. I reached the turnoff that takes you near the place you said was safe. I slowed and scanned every shadow. I wanted to call you and hear your voice, so I would know I was close enough to stop. But I remembered the warning about those who would like this to fail. A call could be watched. So I drove blind, trusting that your gut kept you safe. Sometimes silence protects more than 1,000 calls. Trust is quiet like that. I parked 2 blocks away and walked, because wheels make noise, and noise brings eyes. The small box in my hand felt heavy, with 3 things I could not say yet. The flower drooped, like it knew I was nervous. People passed me like a river. Faces turned from mine, as if they too felt the hush. When I reached your door, it was locked. My first feeling was relief. Relief that you were not forced into an answer. relief that you could open when you were ready. Then my heart knocked loud enough to scare me. I rang once, then twice, then waited. A neighbor opened the door across the hall, smiling like a small alarm. "Everything okay?" they asked. I told them I was here for an important night. They said, "Good luck." The words sounded the way a stranger's blessing does, warm but with no weight. Stranger's luck is light, your yes is heavy. Then your door creaked open, you stood there with the lamp behind you, and for a second, the room framed you like an answer. My breath stalled. I walked forward, with the box held like a small altar, and the flower lifted like a flag. You looked at my face, and I saw question, hope, and a caution that tugged at the corners of your mouth. "You came," you said simply. It felt like a small victory, and a promise all at once. The first line after arrival is always a mirror. It shows whether the moment will be soft or sharp. We stepped into the small light of your kitchen table. Nothing fancy. No crowd. I put the box down and sat slowly. The room was full of things you love. A mug with a crack you never fix. A stack of a book you keep reading. A plant that leans toward the little window. That ordinary life is the thing I wanted to join. I unwrapped the box with hands that wanted to be gentle and steady. Inside, a small note card lay on top of the ring. A sentence I had practiced that morning. I did not read it out loud. Instead, I looked at you and held your eyes. "I want to ask you a real thing," I said. "I want to make our story plain for the world. Will you let me do that?" My words were open, not a demand. I wanted it to be yours to take, not mine to force. The way you ask matters more than the words you use. A demand breaks. A question invites truth. Before you could answer, a sound came from your phone on the table. A message flashed on the screen. The exact words I had seen minutes before on the stranger's phone. "Don't let it happen." The message arrived like rain through an open window, unwanted and cold. Your face changed. The cautious line grew deeper. "They sent this," you whispered. I felt something in my chest, like ice. I reached for your hand, and it trembled slightly when you took it. The warmth between us felt fragile now, like a flame threatened by a draft. But I held my grip because keeping hold is sometimes the bravest thing. Danger often speaks through a small device. One text can try to move a whole life. You looked up and said, "Maybe we should wait. Maybe tonight isn't safe." The words hit with truth and fear. The room seemed to tilt toward doubt. I could have folded the plan then. I could have hidden the little box back in my pocket and driven away into the dark. But I had already done the heavy work. I had saved, practiced, planned how to handle storms. Running felt like giving the night a win it did not deserve. So I told you something I had not said out loud before. "If they stop us tonight," I said, "they win by fear. If I step back now, the fear wins, and we have to live with that for a long time." I let the sentence land between us. Sometimes the bravest step is to not let fear become the boss of your life. We sat with the phone light between us. For a moment, nothing else existed, except the small hum of the fridge and the sound of the city far away. Then a knock came at your door. Not a ring, not a neighbor, a quiet, deliberate knock that felt like a question from someone who already knows the answer. My body tightened, your lips pressed together like a promise being held back. I moved to the door first, because that is what I do when danger knocks. I opened the space so you don't have to. I opened the door a crack, and there stood a person I recognized in a way that hurt. It was someone who had once meant well, a family friend who had watched both of us grow. Their smile looked too quick, their hands too steady. "Sorry to bother," they said. I heard "big night." Their voice sounded like a cord wrapped too tight. The worst surprises are often wrapped in familiar faces. They stepped in without waiting long and sat at your small table as if they had always been invited. The air changed as they sat. They asked how we were doing with a tone that sounded like kindness but carried a hidden weight. They reached across and touched the card near the ring. My hands did not move. I watched, then they said a line that stopped my breath. You two are making a mistake. Think carefully before you sign anything that binds you. It was quiet, but the words landed like a stone. Your eyes searched mine like you wanted me to push back, to argue. But you also looked at the friend like you needed them to mean what they said. I realized in that second that the fight wasn't just between us and the stranger. It was inside the room, where old voices still carry weight. Sometimes old loyalties weigh more than new promises. I had to choose in one slice of time: speak loud, risk pushing the friend away and turning a witness into an enemy, or speak soft, protect the moment and risk letting doubts settle like dust. I chose to keep my voice steady and my hand in yours. We'll be careful, I said. We'll wait a breath longer if we must. But this love is ours to make real. The friend's face did not change at once. They left the card where it was and stood, offering a small bow that might have been remorse or might have been calculation. As they walked to the door, they paused and looked back at me, with eyes I had not seen before. A look like a man who keeps secrets he thinks will save people. He closed the door softly behind him, and the sound felt final. As the door clicked, my phone buzzed again. A new message from an unknown number read: "This is your last warning. Walk away, or you will lose more than this night." The light from the screen painted the room a cold blue, and I realized this night was no longer just about the ring. It was about who decides what our future will be. I hold the ring in my palm and stare at your face, trying to read what you are about to give me. The room smells like coffee and the small plant on the windowsill. It should feel ordinary. Instead, it hums with danger and hope mixed together. Your hand tightens around mine. You breathe out slow, like you are trying to steady a small storm. I can see your mind running through the same question I have been asking. Is now the night to mark us, or the night to protect what we have? Every big step has a shadow that comes with it. We can choose the step and the way we face that shadow. Before I can speak, the buzzer at the door sounds again. This knock is quicker, sharper, almost urgent. My heart lifts and then drops, because urgency does not always bring good news. I stand and move toward the door, taking the ring box with me. Each step feels heavy, like it holds all the small things I have been saving for you. I open the door, not fully, just enough to see who stands there. Two people in plain clothes stand on the stoop. One holds a folder, the other keeps their hands folded, like someone waiting to be heard. There is no uniform, but their stance is careful and official. Their faces are not cruel, they are tired. "Good evening," one says. "We have something to give you. It's about your safety." The words are short, and they land like a small stone in water. You step forward and ask, "What is it?" They explain in a voice that watches for reaction, "There's been a report. We don't want to alarm you, but someone filed papers that could affect you both. We need to deliver this and explain the next step." They hand the folder to you, and you accept it like a bitter gift. Official words change the air. Paper can turn a private thing into a public one overnight. You open the folder with fingers that tremble barely. Inside is a single sheet and a small photograph clipped to the corner. The photo is of a moment from years back. Candid, private, cropped tight. The words on the page describe a complaint and a request that the court look at the matter soon. It is written in language that makes my throat close. My mind races Is this the same past piece people tried to use before, or is it something new? Something stronger that someone has now put on paper and sent into motion. Either way, it becomes a thing that others can hold and read and use. You look up at me and whisper, "They filed this today, I didn't know." The voice is small, the fear is real, and it slides through me like cold water. Paperwork has weight. Once it exists, the world can treat it as truth until proven otherwise. The two people at the door do not push. They simply explain what the page means. There will be questions, there may be an investigation, and there could be people who show up who want answers. They suggest safety steps, simple moves to make the next hours safer for you both. They hand a card with a number and a list of things. Stay together. Document contacts. Do not erase messages. Their list feels like a rope thrown in a dark place. I fold the paper and tuck it into my pocket. Like a live coal. The ring, in the other hand, suddenly feels too small for what it must hold. I look at you and see how the plan we made is now wrapped in a new fold of risk. Danger can arrive on paper, and with a polite tone, the fight becomes to keep our truth loud. You ask if we should stop, if we should push the moment back. The room tilts into a quiet argument between fear and courage. I imagine the life we planned slipping away if we wait forever. I also imagine the cost if we act while the world watches us with cold eyes. Then the person with the folder speaks again. Softer now. We can escort you to a safe place while things get sorted. It may be better than staying here tonight. Their idea is plain and practical. It smells of procedure. You look at me and the question is clear. Will we trust strangers with our night to keep our dream? Sometimes protection comes from those you do not expect. Decisions are about who you let stand near your flame. I weigh the ring in my palm. Think of every small thing I did to get here, every document, every call, every quiet plan. My whole life has been folded into the hope that I will be worthy of you. Letting the moment go to a folder at someone's desk feels like stealing the life we built ourselves. So I do the thing that feels dangerous and honest. I take a breath, keep your hand, and I say, we will not be moved by fear. We will answer what needs answering, and then we will be married, because our truth is stronger than paper. My words are steady, but my heart races. Courage can make a choice look like a promise. The way you hold your line matters. The two strangers nod, as if they expected defiance. They stay calm, but their eyes note names from the page, and their tone shifts into a new shape. If you choose to stay, please do these things, they say, listing safe moves. Lock outside doors, keep lights on, someone we can call immediately. They give us a number and a quiet look that says they will check in later. We agree to their plan for now, but the knock on the night has already bent the shape of the evening. The ring sits on the table like a small island in a sea that could rise. A safe step is not the same as surrender. It's a way to pause without giving in. After the strangers leave, we sit with the paper between us. You read the lines again, and your jaw tightens. You tell me there are names on it, names of people who have influence and who do not like change. The list makes the fight feel larger than us. I grip your hand and whisper that we will not let other people write the end of our story. You look at me with tired eyes and say, make it official now. Make it so they cannot take that ground from us. Your courage comes like a small blade. Sometimes the right thing is to move despite the noise. Waiting can hand the moment to those who feed on delay. We stand up, and I lift the ring box again. I feel the weight of onlookers, the folder, the list of rules to protect ourselves, and the need to make this real before politics or power says otherwise. Just as I open the box, the phone on the table lights up, a video call. The screen shows a face I did not expect to see, the one who earlier warned us, the friend who once seemed kind. Their expression is sharp, and their voice carries an edge I did not hear before. What are you doing? They ask in the video, but their eyes are not gentle. In the background behind them, someone else stands. A stranger with a phone in their hand, who points it toward the camera like a tool. The friend's mouth is thin, and their hand shakes a little, as if they are not the one in control anymore. Even old friends can be pieces in a larger plan. The net is wider than the room. The friend on the screen says quietly, "You can't do this tonight, there are orders." I feel the air go thin. Orders? That word tastes heavy. You look at me and I can see the question forming. Do we go ahead and risk everything, or do we step back because the world is louder than our love? I press my fingers into the ring box until the metal bites my skin. The moment is a blade suspended between yes and no. I turn to you and whisper, "Tell me the one place we hide that only we know. Tell me now." I need a move that keeps both truth and safety. You take one breath, and for a second the whole night waits inside it. Before you can speak, the video call ends, and the friend's number pops up on the screen with a message, "Last chance, walk away, or we go public." The room goes very quiet, and outside, in the dark street, a single car light sweeps past, like a slow blade.
قالوا آمنا وإذا خلوا إلى شياطينهم قالوا إنا